Hello Tech Gurus, welcome to another brand new video on AWS Elastic Load Balancing. This is Usman and you are watching my Server Mentor YouTube channel. Elastic Load Balancing is a service for AWS deployments. Elastic Load Balancing automatically distributes incoming application traffic and scales resources to meet traffic demands. Before starting the actual demonstration video, let me tell you a high-level concept of load balancing. Suppose you have a website on which you sell something online. You have deployed this website on a T2 micro instance from AWS EC2, and now you realize that traffic on your website is growing gradually and this server is not able to handle the load properly. Here you have two options. Either you upgrade your T2 micro instance to some better instance such as C5 to handle the load. This is called vertical scaling. Or you have another option that you deploy another T2 micro instance and create a group of two instances to handle that load. This type of scaling is known as horizontal scaling. Now this load will be distributed among two T2 micro instances to improve the user experience. The entity that is responsible for handling and distributing the load across multiple instances is known as a load balancer or an elastic load balancer. So, in a nutshell, if I describe elastic load balancer, it is used to increase the availability of your application, for automatic scaling as per your requirements, and to improve the security of the entire server architecture. There are four types of load balancers in Amazon Web Services. First, classical load balancer. This is an old gen load balancer and AWS discourages its usage. Second, application load balancer, also known as ALB. Third is network load balancer or NLB. And fourth one is gateway load balancer or GLB. We in this video are going to talk about the most common type, that is application load balancer. So I hope now you have some sort of understanding on this topic, and AWS provides a great explanation on it as well on its documentation page. Now let's get our hands dirty in the practical demonstration on how to create an application load balancer in AWS. We are now at our EC2 console and here we need to create at least two servers. To do that, click on Launch Instances. Select any of the operating systems here. I'm going with the default Amazon Linux. This free tier eligible instance type is fine for me. Choose a key pair. This will be downloaded into your machine. Scroll down to the bottom, click on this thing. Actually, we are not going to add SSL certificate, so no need to check this HTTPS traffic at this point. This is actually to open ports for HTTPS type of traffic. So this is not the scope of this video. 15 GB is fine, I think. Click on the advanced settings here and scroll down to all the way to the bottom. Here on the user data, let me copy this script. This script will actually install the HTTPD server, that is actually Apache server, and start the service, and let us recognize that our two instances are running at two different IP addresses. Paste the script here and click on the launch instance. Okay, so this instance is created. Let me give it a name. Server 1. Actually, this should be ALB. Okay. Save. And let me create another instance like this. ALB server 2. Going with the same operating system, same instance type. No need to create a new key pair for this, going with the same key pair. Allow HTTP traffic and 15 GB all the way to the bottom. Paste that script and click on launch instance. Click on this instances link and you will see that the server is already running state but initializing, and this server is not running, it's in the pending state. Okay, so let's wait for a moment so that these two servers get ready for usage, and then we can check that these two are working fine. We just need to wait for this status check from initializing to passed 2 by 2. Let's wait. This may take about 1 or 2 minutes maybe. Let's wait for that. Okay, one server is already initialized, so let's check that if it is working properly. Copy its IP address and paste it in the browser here. Okay, so you can see that hello world from IP this, and this is the region. Okay, so it means that this is the same text that we actually put in this command. This thing, this hostname -f is actually a command that gives us the IP address of that particular machine. You can see that this IP address is different from the one that you see in the browser. Actually, this is the private IP address of the instance, and this is the complete DNS address of that instance, private DNS address. Okay, so let's check if our second server is ready as well. Yes. Okay, so the second server, click on this server, copy its IP address and open another tab, paste it here. Alright, so you can see that this server is already working as well. You may notice that this IP address is actually different from this one. This is 172.31.4.224 and this is 172.31.8.45. So this means that both of these servers are running and working fine. Now we need to group these two servers and create a load balancer. To create a load balancer, we first need to group these two instances into one particular group. This can be done in the target groups. So we need to create a target group first. Click on this create target group. Okay, choose a target. Instances is fine. We are going to create a target based on the instances that we have created. Target group name, this is demo target group. Protocol HTTP, this can be HTTPS as well or other protocols, but we are not going to practice with those protocols, so HTTPS is fine as of now. This is fine, no need to change anything from here, and click next. Okay, so it will show that available instances are 2. Select both of these instances and click on this include as pending below button. Both of these instances are here now and we need to include these two instances into our target group. Click on this orange button naming create target group. Alright, so this our target group has been created and you can see the status that under the load balancer section it says that non-associated. So we need to associate a load balancer with it. First we need to create a load balancer. Click on this load balancer and click here create load balancer. Here you will see all the 4 types that we have discussed earlier of the load balancers. This one is classic load balancer, which Amazon always discourages you to use because it is a previous generation load balancer. Next is application load balancer, network and gateway load balancer. So we are going to create application load balancer here. Click on this create button. Give a name to that load balancer like demo ALB. This load balancer is internet facing. We can also make it internal load balancer to if we want to apply this load balancer on instances such as database instances that needs to be accessed privately and not publicly. So we are not going to do this internal because we want this internet facing and we want to test it through our browser. Okay, so this IP address type is IPv4, fine. We no need to change VPC at this moment. We need to check at least two regions for this load balancer to create. This is necessary to select at least two regions so that if one region is failed by any reason, so that your load balancer is still working fine. So this is the tricky part actually. I plan to make a whole video on this security group section actually, because this is entirely related to security and very important topic in Amazon server related problems. So I plan to make a dedicated video on the security groups, but right now for the sake of this video I'll just quickly go through it, that you need to create a new security group for it. Click cross button and click create new security group. Okay, so basic details, let's demo ALB security group. This is the name and this is the description I'm going to write for my security group. I only want to allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic from internet. Actually we won't deal with HTTPS traffic, but I just let you know that in practically HTTPS traffic is must, but in this video we only deal with the HTTP traffic. Okay, we need to create this security group in this VPC, fine, no problem. And inbound rules, add a rule. We need to accept HTTP type of traffic from anywhere, and we need to accept HTTPS traffic from anywhere. Again, this rule is of no use as long as this video is concerned, but we will deal with HTTP for this video. Okay, click create security group and boom, this security group is created. Now let us move back to our load balancers page and try to refresh this. Okay, cross it, and here you will see the list of security groups that are you may see the different list here because I have already some security groups created, but you can see that this security group that we have created just now, you need to select this one, and here you will see an option to select the target group that we had discussed that we had created a few minutes back. So if you have created more than one target groups, you will see all those listed here, but we have right now we have only one, so I'll select it and no need to change other options and just click on create load balancer. Okay, so as you can see that it might take a few minutes for your load balancer to fully set up, so we have to wait. Click on this view load balancer button, and under the state section you will see the status provisioning. This may take 1 or 2 minutes, so let's wait for the load balancer to start properly. There are actually other many settings that we can apply to our load balancer depending on our needs, but if I go through all those settings, this video will be so much long, so I leave to explore those settings to you guys. You can just refer to this documentation provided by AWS officially on its official webpage. AWS load balancers. If you type this on Google, you will see different links, and this link, the docs.aws.amazon.com, you will find all the documentation here on this page about all types of load balancers. You can refer to this guide to learn more about the load balancers actually. The default rule on which the load balancer actually works is the round robin. If like in our example we have two machines working under this load balancer, so it will distribute 50% of your incoming traffic to one instance and 50% to other instance. Now we can change that rule based on our needs, so this can also be read about in this documentation. Actually all those things cannot be covered in this video, otherwise this video will be so long and boring, so that I want to keep this video as short as possible and dedicate it to the point, so that you can learn how you exactly can create your load balancers. Okay, so you can see that meanwhile the status has been changed from provisioning to active. Now we can access this load balancer. You can see more details about your load balancer by just clicking here about its network mapping, security monitoring and stuff like that, but we are interested in its DNS name. Copy this DNS name and paste it, let me close this window, and paste it into our browser. Paste and go. Okay, so you can see that this load balancer is working, and the reply is coming from one of our instances. Let's see which instance is this. Its IP address is 38 and 45. Let's see. No, this is the other one. Yeah, 31.8.45. The reply is coming from this instance. If I refresh this page again, the reply should come from the other machine, because it distributes traffic like one request for one instance, and the next request will be referred to other instance, then and the circle goes on like that. If I refresh this page, okay, you can see that the IP address changed. It means that it has loaded this data from the other instance that we had created, because the IP address tells us that this is the request coming from this machine. Okay, if you refresh it once again, you will see the IP address changed again, and it is switched back to your first instance. You can see that your load balancer is distributing traffic equally among these two instances, and if you just load any WordPress website or any other website on this machine, you will notice that your traffic is actually handled by 50% of your traffic is handled by one server and 50% is handled by the other server. So this is it, guys. I hope that you have learned that how to create a load balancer in AWS. To be specific, an application load balancer on AWS. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you do, please hit the like button, and if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section below. Please share this video, as this will help me to grow my channel, and it will help me to spread more knowledge as well. Until next time, goodbye.